Welcome back to Lo-Fi Music Theory. It ain't fancy, just effective. This is lesson 14, tensions. Alright, if you stuck with it this long and you got through the last lesson on building seventh chords, tensions are more advanced, but they're not really that hard. Understand triads, understand sevens, tensions are just the next logical step. Here we go. The first step to understanding tensions is to understand seventh chord. So let's have a rapid fire review from the last lesson. Alright, we built a C major seventh chord. We start with the root, we go up a third, we add a third on above that, which is a fifth above our root, and a third above the fifth is 7 above our root. 4 notes stacked in thirds, and we've got a seventh chord, alright? In this case, C major 7. Okay, tensions are easy, you just keep stacking up in thirds. So if I go a third above the B right here, that's D. That is 9. It's a ninth. It's 9 above the root. Okay, show it down here. Here's our chord. Okay, so up another third is a ninth. 9 above our root. Good. Third above that would be F in this case. That's now 11. 11 above our root. Let's show it down here. Okay, now I'm going to run out of fingers. I've got to stretch. So here's our root, and the third above the ninth is the 11th. 11 above our root. Okay? Lastly, go up one more third. I'm going to do a ledger line now. Is A. Third above our F is A. So we should label that. That was F. Alright, so third above that is A. That is a 13. Above our root. Now, no way I can stretch that far, but here's our root. This was our seventh chord. That was our 9. Okay, so above the root now, that was the 11. This would be 13 above the root. All right, and if we went up another third from here, we'd be back to C, which was our root. So we don't go beyond 13. All right, and then any of these tensions can be manipulated, sharped, or flatted to create whatever chord you want. So there you go. You have a triad. You can turn into a seventh chord, and you can keep stacking up 3 other notes to make your tensions. Now, let's use a very famous example of how this would work. Let's take the first, or not the first chord, but the most famous chord from Jimi Hendrix's Purple Haze. All right, I'm going to separate here. Now, when he starts singing on the verse, the first chord is E7 sharp 9. Okay, so let's spell that out. All right, we know it's E. The name of the chord gives us the root note. All right, so we have an E, right? Okay, well, E7. We're going to create E7. Third above E is G, but it's got to be G sharp. Okay, because it's a major third. Third above the G sharp would be B. That would be our fifth, though we should be labeling this, of course. It's our G, G sharp. This is our B. Okay, now it's 7. All right, so we go up another third, B up to D. Now notice, we said E7, and keep going. It's going to be sharp 9. We'll get there, but let's review. If we just say 7, it means dominant. All right, it's not major 7, minor 7, or anything else. It just says 7. All right, so that means dominant. I'll put that here in parentheses. It means dominant 7. So we're going to leave that D alone, all right, because here's E, here's D. Remember, dominant 7 means a minor 7 from our root. Okay, not this, but this. All right, now let's get to the sharp 9. We know we go up another third from D, and conveniently that's another line. There it is. All right. Now, you start letter name, obviously. We know it's some kind of an F. There we go. In this case, it must be F sharp. All right, let's make it F sharp because, I'm going to do it there, F sharp, do it here, F sharp. In order to be a 9, it has to be a major second above our root, or above the octave, I should say. Here's the root, here's the octave. Okay, so that's normal 9, a major second, all right? But this is sharp 9. That means we put another sharp. In this case, we double sharp it. Well, what happens when you do go F double sharp? It's now G. All right, F was here. It's double sharp. Now it's a G. But double sharps are kind of annoying, right? Double sharps and double flats, those exist to show things in theory on paper. But of course, for practical purposes, none of us want to think that way. So this is usually just rewritten as G, and that's what I'm going to do now. Whoop, dropping my, whoa, this is some lo-fi stuff here. F double sharp is rewritten as G. All right, so I'm going to put that there, G natural. And now we've created E7 sharp 9. Now, those of you who are guitar players or who have studied this song, you know that Hendrix, the way he voiced it on his instrument, he did not play the B. We're going to take it out here. And we're going to demonstrate that down here. So, we had this. I can just get that. But he took the B away. And this highlights a very important lesson. The more complex you make your chord and stacking tensions up, you're going to be probably extracting notes on the bottom, all right? Because there's certain ones we don't need. And the fifth is generally the most expendable. In major 7, dominant 7, and minor 7th chords, the fifth is usually the first to go. The reason being, it's only there for extra color and it's not crucial. The third creates your tonality major minor. Your 7 creates a very important tension, major 7, minor 7, whatever. But the fifth, it doesn't really add anything in those three kinds of 7 chords. So you can leave it out and the quality of your chord won't change. And piano players, one of the first chords that we learn is this. Probably all familiar with it. This is inverted G7, right? Here would be normal G7. First inversion, take out your D, all right, now we have this. Well, it's still G7, we took the D away. It doesn't change the tonality of the chord, all right? It's just a little extra color that is not necessary, all right? So, as you create whatever complex chord you want, as you stack tensions up, you may be leaving notes from the bottom. Even your root note could be left out. If you're a guitar player, for instance, and you know the bass player is hitting the root E, well, you could ignore it and just focus on the upper notes, whatever they are. So, rapid fire recap. You create a triad, you turn it into a 7, and then whatever is called for in tensions, just add them up, all right? Like, let's say this was also, I don't know, sharp 11, flat 13. And I'm just making stuff up here, but just follow the instructions, okay? Okay, they want E7, they want these on top. Just count up your thirds and figure out what they are. That's how you do it. That's tensions. Thanks for watching.